What is going on, gang? Hope you guys are doing good. I see Bernatti there. What's up, man? I am sorry to hear that you freaking locked yourself out. That's rough, man. What's going on, Space Mo? Hysteric? What is on? Cruffin? 50? What up? My man Ron. How's the weather over there today, man? You brewing a storm over there? What's up, Daniel? Good to see you, Anna. Hey, Mobex. And Lamelli's here too. Man, we got the whole posse here tonight. What is going on? Is Mitch awake too? We are graced by Lamelli himself. What's going on, brother? How's it going, Hayden? Can't go to sleep. Oh, don't worry, bro. I'll talk. I can talk a long time. I'll put you to sleep, bro. What's going on, Jake? Do it. Cold winter. Winter morning in South Africa. That's crazy. We are freaking like roasting over here in Vancouver. It's hot. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, I know Lamelli's got like he's got his routine, man, for his workouts and his life and everything. I'm surprised he's awake right now. Devon, what's up, man? Good to see you, chat. Is Madrid hot or is it winter? Crazy to think that South Africa's snowing right now. Hey yo, the mud. What's going on? Oh yeah, it's so hot, man. I'm my Dyson fan here is keeping me steady here, but it's drying the crap out of my eyes though. It's give and take though. It's this or I'm like sweating like crazy. So, Relima, hello, hello. Good evening, good night, and good morning. Yeah, it's true. It's true that, you know, I think that's probably one of the most interesting things about the session that I stream here is that it attracts all parts of the world, I guess, right? I do have AC, Velima, but it's not in this room. My office room is actually my kitchen because we don't use the kitchen upstairs, so I converted this whole thing. I built this whole custom setup here, so I actually don't have an AC in this particular room. Every room in this house has one except for here. 7 a.m. over there in Madrid, eh? Crazy. My man Ron G's making dinner right now. That was a while ago for me. I'm just snacking here now. 1 p.m. in the Philippines. Oh, hello, hello. All the way from the Philippines, man. How are you? Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. You in Greece right now, man. Damn. Are you on holidays in Greece, or? Is gold looking bullish? Oh, look, we're starting to get that push up. I wouldn't go as far as saying that we're bullish because that was a pretty bearish hourly close we just had there. I don't know. I'd watch to see if we could double top the high of day, to be honest. That's what I would be watching for on gold. Valima, there's no point in me investing into it. I'm actually moving in a few months. I won't be living here in a few more months, so there's no point. Wherever I'm going, though, I'm going to have AC in every single room, that's for sure. What up, Zero? Lucas, hello? Oh, from Brazil. Hello, hello. 2 a.m. in the morning. Man, are you working a late shift or are you just like staying up late? FCNG, Singaporean brother, what's going on? Oh, Kim, awesome. Man, I'm glad hopefully you're having a good time there in Greece, man. Oh, okay, because there is a difference. Yeah, right now, on my Dyson fan, I'm like on mode 6. You can go to mode 10, but the problem is I need to find the remote for this thing, because I haven't used this Dyson fan in a long time, so I'm kind of stuck on number 6 for now. Yeah, Valino. Where I'd be going I'll have a whole central AC system. I'll make sure that every single room in the house has it. Good afternoon from Shanghai. Crazy, man. Or not. Good to have you here, man. By the way, if you live in Shanghai, man, you live in a beautiful city, man. I really enjoyed my time in Shanghai with the family. We went to Disneyland just a couple months back. Second payout on TPT. Nice job, Zero. My words of advice for you is make sure you keep yourself level-headed. Don't push too much. And I only say that because one of the early things that I did when I was taking my daily payouts was I started getting greedy. Because I was telling myself, like, oh, if I can keep getting paid every single day, you know, how hard can I push this? How much further can I push this? And sometimes I do even force trades, right? So I'm really happy for you. Just make sure you keep yourself a level head there, man. Working at night, Lucas. You're having a dinner date with Ron G then. Noel, welcome to Project 365, man. Glad you subbed to the channel, man. Which rectangle are you talking about? Because I got two here. I got one here and I got one here. These are just channels, by the way. If it's your first time here, these are channels. I mark spots on the chart. I know it looks very messy on the chart, but I mark them with different colors and different shades just so that I personally, as an individual, know what it is. But they're just basically supports the resistance in different parts of the different time frames. No, over Natty, not moving to the US. I'm still going to stay in Canada, but just moving a province over. I only have family in LA, and I'm not looking to move to a state that's even hotter than where I am now. And hysteric, if I could, I would, man. Damn, been in Shanghai for 19 years. That's crazy, man. I really enjoyed it, man. I definitely will go back because I have plans to go back to China in a few years again. I definitely will head back to Shanghai again. I enjoyed my time there. Swept in oil, trying to second entry. Good luck on your oil trade there, man. Tay-Day, good evening, good morning. Yeah, Zero, not a bad idea to take it off, man. That's the thing about trading, right, guys? We don't have to be on the market every single day. It's cool to hop on and chat, but no need to be stuck and glued to the screen. Being a full-time day trader doesn't mean you have to trade every single day. I know, crazy, right? But it's true. It's no different from an entrepreneur. Some days you're going to put more hours in, some days you're not going to put any hours in, and that's totally okay, right, guys? What's up? 9 Clubs, Zach, good to see you, man. Jay Sullivan. Yeah, FX Peter, it wasn't just you. I didn't follow up on them, but I just got my TPT payouts too. I got him. I kind of got him like within 4-6 hour intervals. So I think I've received most of them now. Lamelli, yeah, man. I'm born and raised in Canada. Tay-Day, we will get to trades for sure. I have a routine that I kind of go over trade reviews 15 minutes into the stream. And then after the trade reviews, I'll kind of hop in and see if I can take any trades on the market. Sometimes I'll be in a trade already when I start the stream, actually. And if that's the case, I usually push back my chart reviews. But yeah, if the market offers something, I absolutely will. Absolutely will. Jag, I'll be going to Edmonton. Just because my wife has family in Edmonton. That's why we're going there. Josh, yeah, man, price action hasn't been the greatest. There's been some opportunity, but definitely nothing really A+ like. Yeah, there's a lot of people in LA, Zach. Lots. Yeah, I know, man. Like Vegas, I've been there before too. It's freaking hot. Great, Zero. Great. My Uchiha brother. What's going on, brother? What's my favorite candy? Oh, man. I don't think I really have one, dude. I don't eat as much candy. Like, whatever my kids eat is basically what I eat as far as candy goes, because I don't eat that as much. I save my calories for like food. Like if I'm gonna eat sweets, I'm gonna have dessert. I'm gonna have like bubble tea. I'm gonna have cake. That's usually where my sugar is gonna go. But these are candies that I eat right now because my kids have them as well. Inside bars, are they important to my entries? I mean, I guess it would depend. I mean, if we're looking at inside bars, depending on what time frame, I'm probably looking at range trades, right? So could it play a role in my entry? Sure, it can, but that could be a very broad question in its own way, fast way. All right, get some sleep, Lamelli. What's going on, Chilean? Yeah, North Van's an expensive place, Jag. It is beautiful, but very expensive. Yeah, you know what? I've noticed actually since I've been on stream and I've been talking about me moving, a lot of people have been sharing with me that they're in Edmonton as well. So who knows, when I move out there and I'm all settled, I'm definitely down for a live meetup. Good evening, Fastway. Yeah, if I didn't already have dessert, I would definitely go for some bubble tea, but I had dessert already. Japan rate hike? I mean, I think it really depends on how it kind of coincides with all the news that we've got going on our end as well, right? And whether that affects our global import and exports, right? Yeah, like I mean, look at NQ though. Like I mean, look at these candles. I know these are 2-minute candles, but you can already see that we've just been in this range, right? So I've marked out in the black lines here just so that you guys can see the highs and the lows of the current Asia session. And we're basically like consolidating and then whipping up, consolidating and then whipping down. So definitely not clean price action as far as we can see right now. Very tricky. In about 4 minutes here, I'll go through the trade review with the gang. I've already gotten one trade in on the day on the NQ, and it's actually the one that's like highlighted in this forecaster box on the top right hand side here. I'll talk about it later on when I get to the chart review though. But I took that short trade, and so far that's the only trade I've taken so far today. Yeah, FOMC's on Wednesday. What up, Elite? Just logging into some of my stuff here, guys. Just because I know I'm going to be going over the stuff later on as well, as usual. Yeah, FX Peter, I think as far as payout goes, yeah, most of mine have come through. The one I requested yesterday has been submitted, but it hasn't come through yet. And then I submitted one today as well after the near close, so I'm waiting on that as well. Yeah, not too sure if the NQ is gonna make it to all-time highs before FOMC or not. We'll have to see. Ron, it's gonna be pretty hard to make dinner without food, my man. Yeah, my man Ron G does not sleep, Tay-Day. Alright, we're gonna start the chart review in like 1 minute. I'll do my usual introduction to the community. I'm just gonna go grab some water right now because I definitely gotta stay hydrated. I'll be right back. Microwaving rice and air frying chicken. Oh, Tay's first time trading futures, man. Haha, welcome to the dark side indeed. Ron G is like super healthy, man. He puts me to shame with the way he eats. All right, gang. I'm gonna get started here. So It's 10:15 here, so welcome to Project 365, guys. New and old, good to have you. Good to have the OGs back here, and then my man Ron G. Always good to have you here in the chat as well. My name's Alan, Azheng Trades, previously known as Uchiha Trades, and I am the pre-London host of Project 365. We stream 5 to 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, and pretty much we cover all the bases, man. So whether it's me or Ron streaming the Asia session, Jake on the New York session, Lamelli and Mitch in the afternoon, we've got something for somebody, right? So if you guys are tuning in for the first time, definitely drop a like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. It helps us out a lot in the stream. And you know, for myself, because I have the slower session, one of the slower sessions, what I'd like to say it was pretty slow for Ron probably as well. We usually have the chance to talk to you guys a lot more. So, you know, as you guys ask your questions, I'll do my best to answer all those questions in the chat, whatever kind of questions you may have. I'm a pretty well-rounded individual. Trading, although is a big part of what I do in my day-to-day, it is not my identity. I am a business professional as well. So if there's other questions you guys want to chat about, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. But yeah, with that, as I go through the chart review, if you guys are asking questions, I'll do my best to answer them afterwards. Because as I'm going through the chart review, I'm obviously not going to have the chance to actually go through all that with you guys, right? So we're going to go right into this. As usual, what I'm going to talk about is what the timeframes are looking like right now, what my bias is, what I'm thinking about. But we're also going to talk about how we could have traded, as we always do every stream, because as I look at it, Asia, London, New York, they all play in connecting dots into how the market moves. And so we're going to go over that together. I'm going to talk about what we could have taken coming from our stream together all the way into where we're at currently at this time. If you guys are following me on Instagram already, you guys already know that I did end up taking a gold short trade after we hopped off stream. It's set up nicely for us, so I managed to catch a 5R trade to the downside. And I will kind of talk and review about that later on as well. So let's get right into this right now. So on the NQ at the moment, we are bullishly pushing up from where we talked about yesterday. And looks like we never ended up coming back to close that gap. Now, with FOMC, with news, all that stuff, is there a possibility that we can grind our way back up close to all-time highs and potentially have a pullback? I don't know. Maybe. But again, as I've been saying for the past few weeks here, the NQ has been so bullish. It's hard for us to look at this and be bearish, right? So let's not fight the trend. Are there some key areas that we might be able to catch some shorts for pullbacks? Sure we can. But I probably wouldn't be looking to hold shorts for bigger moves. And even if a big move does happen, it doesn't necessarily mean that should validate a trade, especially if that is not within your setup. So as of right now, I'm still super bullish based on the daily and the weekly timeframes. As we take a look at the hourly, we did close off bearish on the last hour, but it looks like we might be kind of putting like a 3-bar play to the hourly, to the upside. We'll see how we really react here, because we're obviously still kind of struggling to push above the Globex opening print. But yeah, let's see what we do here. If we do double top here, I'd like to see a nice retest of Globex with a strong signal for longs off of there. If we don't get that, then to be honest, I'm just going to have my range day cap on, and either I'm going to trade the range or I won't trade at all. We'll see what the market offers, but I am anticipating some sort of a pullback. If not the pullback at the recent high here, we will get a pullback up here at the Asia highs around 868. Because I mean, I do have a channel just right above there as well. So we'll take a look and see how price reacts as we make it up there. Well, am I comfortable maybe taking a 1R short trade to the downside on the pullback? Yeah, possibly. I'd be open to that. Otherwise, I'd be very much open for longs. If we could break and retest above the 900 spot up there, I'm interested to see how much farther we can go, and maybe we can even test the old all-time highs and all that up there at the upper end. Now, with that said, if we do start failing and we get some follow through, I'd look to see if we could come back and tag the Asia lows. I don't know if we're going to break Asia lows tonight. I kind of doubt it, to be honest. But if we do, then I'll look for a break and retest down below, and I would aim to target the channel beneath us. It's essentially what I would be looking for. So yeah, that's essentially kind of what I'm looking for on the NQ right now. If I were to pivot over to gold, let's take a look at gold as well. So gold, overall, I have been very bearish. We've been, ever since we opened up the inside bar, we have been pushing up. If you guys remember what I said, and it really did happen. You know, I've got to go back to the NQ afterwards. I just realized I didn't talk about the trade settles from the prior, but we did get a push up. But guess what? We rejected that upper end that I spoke about on the last stream. So as you can see here, I mentioned that if we were to pull up, I'd look for a rejection up at this level channel area, and that's exactly what happened. And so we're talking a little bit more about that. Will the daily bar continue pushing upwards? Again, we opened up as an inside bar. We'll take a look and see what the smaller time frames offer us in terms of a potential entry for either direction. On the hourly time frame right now, we had a pretty bearish candle close. So I'm kind of curious right now if that's going to basically give us the signal to continue the downside move on gold. Now, I mentioned that I took a short trade, and I want to talk about that coming from yesterday's stream, right? So you can see here, as we were going into our close of the day, you can see here we started moving on up after we broke back above the VWAP. We started making our ways all the way back up, and as soon as we tagged this channel, so if you guys remember, I said the bottom end of the channel, upper end of the channel level, kind of what I'm looking for shorts, right? So I did end up having the opportunity to catch a short trade at this point here. I managed to capture a short trade here, and I caught that for about 7 points, which was about 5R. So just gonna highlight this for you guys so you guys can see what I'm referring to. 7 points was about right there. Actually, was it right there? There you go. So this was essentially the trade that I took, and I posted on Instagram already. So I caught that short trade off the reject of the channel, and then coming into New York, what did we do? We moved all the way back up, right? And what did we do? We double topped the upper end of that channel that I spoke about, and we just basically swept right all the way back down from channel all the way to the bottom channel area. So again, anyone who traded New York, you caught that short, amazing short. It obviously was really tricky because like there was a lot of ranging action before this took place. Definitely the break below the New York opening print was nice and a push down. Catch you later, Ranji. Take it easy, man. Hopefully you don't eat too much. I don't know about you, but I can't sleep well if I eat too much food. And then coming into the session today on Globex, we basically held above Globex this entire time. And so right now, I know a lot of people right now we're looking for a bullish move. And again, where I would see is that I would love for us to obviously put in a higher low and see if we could continue higher, and see if we could tag back up to the upper channel area again. I'm open to that on gold. Like I would say that based on how the past 24 hours has been on gold, I'm not going to look immediately to short, because ideally the cleanest way to short gold right now is either the tag of the channel above us or a break and retest beneath Globex. Those would be the only two shorts that I would personally take on gold right now. Otherwise, I'm interested in longing up towards the channel if we are presented with the opportunity. Now, I didn't get a chance to talk about the NQ, so I'm just going to come back to the NQ again here earlier, because I know I didn't get a chance to talk about how we previously kind of traded within here. Now, I know over the session, it was pretty gross. It was pretty gross price action, right? We were just kind of ranging and ranging and ranging the entire time, really, to be honest, right? And even here, right, we came after this major shortfall. We had this fake out that broke beneath the 200 EMA, but then we ended up reclaiming it back above again, come back down, had that nice kind of like double bottom at the 200 EMA and the channel that I had here. So that would have been a nice long over the London session if you were awake for that. I mean, that was 3:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which was like 6:30 a.m. in the morning for Eastern time frame. But nevertheless, right afterwards, we did manage to hold this level at 30,561. Gave us the push up on the NQ. As we made our move up, this would have been a nice setup here. That same channel that I was referring to before on the NQ, this would have been a nice long entry. So if you missed this long entry, even the higher low entry here for longs would have been nice. And you can kind of see here that we did have this respect of these other channels that we had up here, because even though, yes, we did break past it, we can see that over the course of the day, we ended up consolidating between the two channel range here. Coming into the NQ today, we're pretty much doing the same thing. We're still ranging, if you think about it, right? We're ranging between below here, and you can see we double bottomed here earlier, and we're ranging at the highs here as well. So at this point in time, NQ is honestly not looking good. Like this is kind of like a no trade zone personally to me. Again, am I open to maybe shorting a pullback up at the channel in Asia high? Sure, I'm interested in doing that in the same regard that if we end up coming back down, whether we get a nice test of VWAP for longs or the Asia low for longs. But if you're not looking for those types of trade setups, you're basically scalping at this point. That's essentially all we can really look for. There's not much else. NQ is pretty boring. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking for between NQ and gold. That's kind of my 2 cents on it so far. as I've mentioned already, yeah, earlier I shorted the NQ, so this was the short NQ trade I took. Right here we had that fake out above Globex. After we reclaimed back beneath this, I basically took an entry as we rejected and resisted the channel here on the lower high, and I took my short trade to the downside, so I caught a nice what is it, $800, $900 move to the downside, so that was really nice. But I haven't traded since, and that was on my TPT Pro account too. So technically, I have $900 primed and ready to take a payout. And I know $900 doesn't sound exciting, right, guys? Because especially when you see on social media all these guys making tens and thousands of dollars in payouts. But I'll tell you right now, personally for me, if I have the ability to execute and take $500 to $1,000 a day, every single week, I'm gonna say I'm a happy camper, right? I think that can go a long way for many of us. So just kind of keep that in mind, because I know it's easy for us to be desensitized because of everything we see on social media, right? So anyways, my 2 cents on that. I'm just going to catch up with the chat here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Looks bullish, Chief. Yilandai, were you working? Is that a bullish question regarding NQ or gold? Either way, I gave you the trade review, so hopefully that answers your question. What up, Mickey? Anna, sweep and fade. Are you referring to NQ or gold? Sorry, I just catching up with the chat here right now. Hey, Preppy. Hey, Yug. Abraham just went through the chart review, so you know what I'm talking about now. Hey, Ali. Always good to see you, brother. Yeah, I don't always use the tightest stop loss, actually. MDC. I'm just gonna call you MDC because I can't really pronounce your name. I don't always use tight stop loss. It really just depends on the specific trade that I'm going for. Sometimes I will if we're getting like a nice spike reaction to like a key area. Usually my stop losses are wider than that. They're not that tight. On gold, generally, I'd like to go for like a, at least a 3 to 4 point stop loss generally. Just because you and I both know how gold can move, right? What up, Trading Bot? I do everything manually. Nothing on my chart is automated. I will never go run automation for my trading. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not for me. I like going through the ritual aspect of like marking my chart every single day. And that's actually a rule of thumb for me. I will never take a trade unless I've marked out my charts. Thomas, every time frame you can, man. So it's very subjective when it comes to channels. I draw them on hourly and higher, so I'll never draw channels lower than that. The only time I'll draw channels lower than that is if I'm trying to show you guys some like visual structure. That's probably the only time I would ever do that. I do that on stream often. Gabriel, the VWAP is just a standard VWAP that you see here right now. The only thing that's not standard that I would reference, and I've talked about this almost every stream, but just for the newer traders here, is this, which is the FF indicator. The FF indicator on the NQ and on gold, you can kind of see here. That's the only one that is like a paid subscription. That's like a special created tool. So that's not something that comes standard, but it's one that I use for additional confluence when I can. And yeah, 100%, $100, man. It's money. What's going on, Icy Hawk? Blank 182, man. Yeah, man, it's true. Don't get me wrong. Will there be days where I capture big trades? Yes, I will, but it's not every day that I look for that, right? Coda TRDs, basically we're looking for support and resistance when we do that, right? Like, for example, I'll give you guys an example here. I need to open up a clean chart for you guys because I don't want to wreck this chart here. So give me a second here. So for example, right, like if I'm looking at the NQ here right now, let's just say that we were to look at this as a support and resistance, right? This is where like we see obviously a resistance on the larger time frames, then we could draw a channel, right? And we could just mark that as some form of resistant point. In the same regard, if we had a support, we could do the same thing. We could mark out the support down here. And that would just be some examples of that. Like in the end of the day, what it is any channels that are being drawn are support and resistance. And the reason why I always say that it's subject to what you're looking for is because it really does. Depending on your strategy, it will decide what types of time frames that you mark your things on. Because everyone trades on different time frames, right? Do it? Yeah, man. TPT is one of my most primary prop firms that I trade with, and I share transparently every stream my payouts every day. And I'm basically on a streak right now. I haven't had a single day where I haven't taken a daily payout with Take Profit Trader yet. Imperium, I just went through my chart review, so if you haven't had a chance to check out, you can check that out. Thanks, P1. What up, Donovan? JZ Trade, I think I just answered that question because someone else asked that question, so hopefully that helps. 100%. Yeah, basically, in the end of the day, any reference point is it's like a support and resistance, right? That's essentially what it is. It's just subjective to each trader and what they're looking for. I think I answered that question, so I see that there's a lot of questions on that. I already answered that question, so hopefully that clarifies that for all you guys. Just going through the chat here. Take it easy, Valima. John Z6. Does it look like we're forming a bull flag on the hourly? I don't know if I would call that a bull flag, to be honest. I would just call that just consolidating. It's just a consolidation to me. Yeah, Gabrielle, when it comes to the VWAPs, I mean, the VWAP basically stands for the volume weighted average price on the given chart, right? So generally speaking, depending if we're trending or ranging, I'll use that VWAP as a point of like almost kind of like a moving level, if you would have it as that way. So if we're ranging, the VWAP sometimes can be not as reliable depending on how price is ranging. But that's essentially what it's for. I use it as a support balance or a short rejection. And you can see that how we've had that opportunity today, right? We bounced off the open area, we shorted midday, and then we bounced again here, right? That would be some examples. How much in withdrawals before TPT makes you go live? I heard if you have something like 20Ks in profits, they will let you take out 10K. So basically, if you make 10K in one day with Take Profit Trader, generally speaking, they will review it first, but more often than not, they'll move you live. Unless you have a poor track record, or maybe you're brand new, then they won't move you live. If you're just consolidating and building up the profits, I don't think they'll just move you live just like that. Like for me, I take my payouts every single day. So, and again, to be honest, TPT live is not a bad thing. Like I would not try to, like, you know, some people try to avoid it. It's not bad. Like when you're in TPT Pro Plus, which is basically their live, there's no intraday trailing drawdown. So, I mean, I don't see what would be the issue in that, right? Anna, it's just a matter of preference. I've never traded with a 3-minute chart in my life. So my time frames are 100% predicated on wax on, wax off. And so I've traded on the 2-minute chart for years. Thanks, Icy Hawk. Am I the #1 pre-London stream? I don't know, man. I haven't hopped on anyone else's stream, but I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the love. Yeah, 100%. It's 10:33 right now, my time. Interesting volume candle. You can see here we're rejecting the Globex again here. And so earlier, you were asking me about the VWAP, right? Like we'll see how reaction here plays out, but this is an example where we bounced off VWAP here, right? And so if you want to like kind of scout that play, you totally could. Noise is subjective, 257 Joker, and I say it's subjective because a person who trades the 30-second chart would say the 1-minute chart avoids the noise. A person who trades the 2-minute chart might say, oh, maybe you need to trade on the 5-minute. It really does come down to what your style of trading is. Do you trade the standard or pro? Technically speaking, if you're sim funded, you're pro. If you're live, you're pro plus. That's what they call their funded accounts and their simulated accounts and live accounts. Interesting volume coming in here, guys. I would not chase this, gang. It takes about 7 to 14 days to move live with Lucid, Mr. J Babes. Let's drop some thumbs up, gang. I know there's about 325 of you guys on here. I'd love to give accounts today. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm looking to give account after account after account. The sooner that we can get to 250, the sooner we can get to the second giveaway, then the third giveaway, then the fourth giveaway. So let's rack those thumbs up, gang. Plenty of you guys here. Definitely no reason why we can't hit 250 fast. Yeah, see, MDC, see, he prefers the 5 minute. That's what works for him, and absolutely right. Like in the end of the day, your strategy it has to coincide with that. So for you, how does it help? I like to go for longer trades. So if you're looking for longer trades, I would imagine you're trying to go from like level to level, or like you're looking for those larger moves. So the larger time frames will absolutely be the ones that you're gonna naturally chart and look for in terms of your entry marks. Took TBT 2 weeks to set up my Pro Plus account, man. Really? It did not take me that long. I got set up with Pro Plus within days. Coda TRD, it is system based. It's what I teach my students as well. But it can still be subjective because it really depends what's important. So like, I know you keep hearing me say subjective, but it really is. Like, I talk about this a lot with the students. I've coached students from all around the world: Singapore, Italy, UK, Australia, the United States, everywhere. And a lot of times when I work with them, it depends. It comes down to what types of trading style. Are you a scalper, long-term holder? Do you like to swing for the fences? Like what type of asset class you like to trade, time frame preferences? There are so many different things that will play a role in how you choose to leverage different instruments. Like how I use the VWAP might be different from how someone else uses the VWAP, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's the beauty of trading, is that it's an art, right? There's no perfect science. There will be occasionally some things that are a little bit more binary and very like specifically line in the sand, but there are going to be moments in time where, depending on how you trade, there are going to be like nuances to that, right? But that would be my answer to you, Coda. 550K growth accounts. Yay, stop loss Poppy. Hey man, congratulations, man. That's awesome. No, I mean, assuming that you're trading your evals with a level of respect, the strategy shouldn't be the same. You know, I always find that very interesting when people ask this question, and it's not a bad thing, right? But when people ask the question of like, does your strategy change from eval to funded? The strategy shouldn't change, right? Your expectations or your sizing, sure, that might be different, but your strategy shouldn't be different. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense if you think about it. Because if your strategy is changing, it does make me question, why is it changing, right? I mean, what makes you want a longer trade or shorter trade? Why should that matter whether it's an eval or funded? It should be hypothetically the same thing. So in that, just to answer your question in a more runaround way, no, my strategy doesn't change between eval and funded. Hopefully that answers your question. Groovy, I've never used the tick chart before, but I've had people who've used it before. Yeah, it's pretty, the price action's kind of meh. I haven't looked at I don't look at EMAs on the larger time frames actually, so I can't really speak to that. Volatility and volume. I mean, I guess it really depends on what you mean by that. Do I look at value and like maybe where certain parts of the day had a higher volume? Sure. But as far as like volatility goes, I don't have like a volatility index that I'm specifically watching now. Oh damn, FX Peter. That's rough, man. Yeah, no, man. When your kids are going through regressions, man, it's tough. 257. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you're confident with your strategy, stop loss, Poppy, you gotta just stick to it, man. Just make sure you size properly. Yeah, 100%. I mean, you know what? If you can go with other props, power to you. I can't trade with those other props. That's the main reason why I continue to use Take Profit Trader, because my Funded Futures and Tradeify, they do have a cap, and I capped out with them like a year ago. So Coda, yeah, I mean, I can if that's what someone would want to spend their time with one-on-ones. My one-on-ones are very, like, you know, open-ended. It's not like you have a one-on-one with Alan, it's always A, B, C, D. It all comes down to the trader and what they're looking for. So if that's what you would want to do with the time on the one-on-one, yeah, sure. Sure, we could, absolutely, that could be something as well. Anything around like coaching and stuff like that, though, just hit my DMs on Instagram. That'd be the best way to go about it. Thanks, Ali, for always being on top of it, man. Let's see how the NQ moves here. Will it open up a short opportunity for us? Okay, we don't have anything necessarily clean, by the way, guys. I just want to make sure I'm very clear about that. I'm just creating the forecaster toolbox here just to kind of watch and see how price reacts. I'm not going to enter anything yet. It's been very rangy and very tricky, so can't trust this. $25K account, definitely micros, dude. Minis, you'll blow that so fast. Yeah, that's why I'm not taking a short right now. I want to see what it does here at VWAP. We're rejecting Globex right now. Like I talked about during the trade review, we're in a range, right? So if we're going to respect this rejection of the range, then I would like to see if we can get a continuation down to the bottom of the range. But we have to be careful. We are at a VWAP here right now. I'm watching to see how this 5-minute bar closes. VWAP is the only thing that's really kind of halting me from shorting right now. Interesting bar. Interesting bar. Not sure if I'm missing my entry now, but I'm gonna see if I can get a shot. If this trade doesn't work out, I'm okay. I'm testing this based on the hold that we have beneath the channel right now and the 9 EMA cross. If we don't get follow through, then I'll know. I'll get stopped out, and that's okay. Because we are holding VWAP still, as we've talked about. Looks like we get stopped out here, guys. The VWAP hold is real, guys. The VWAP hold is real. Part of me wanted to move the stop loss higher just because I want to use Globex as my stop loss instead. But if we do push up there and reject, I can always re-enter if I have to. That's why I was moving my forecaster box around, because I want to see if we had an opportunity to maybe shoot for a higher R but risk a little bit more. Because that would have been 35 points, but that would also mean that if I want to do that, I would also have to shoot for a higher R multiple as well. So didn't want to do that right now. I'm still watching here, guys, and I'll show you guys why I'm looking at shorts right now still. Like right now on the FF indicator, you can see here that we're also kind of curling with the trigger line and the trend line. If we can hold beneath that, we do have an ability to kind of continue lower as well. Just kind of give you guys an idea. That's why I was saying, like, if I would have moved my stop loss higher, then it's probable, but I'd rather just kind of wait and see right now. That was my first stab and attempt and it failed, so all good. Yeah, we are in a strong uptrend right now. We're just ranging though. That's the challenge right now, right? So, like in these moments, this is kind of where like trading the range, it could be your forte. Yeah, it happens, man. It's all good, though. As long as when you take your trades, you have a thesis. That's what really matters, guys, right? Like, if you're trading blindly and you're just kind of, like, hoping that the trade works out, that's a very different story. For me, I looked at that as I saw a close beneath VWAP there on the smaller time frame, obviously, right? We had a 5-minute 90 EMA cross. We had FF indicator kind of showing that we were starting to peel down as well. So there were a few different reasons why I wanted to kind of take a stab at it. In no way is that A+ or A, but it was worth the stab. Just showing you guys right now, you can see here, this is that trend line thing I was talking about on the 5-minute FF indicator. We're peeling that trend line there again, right? Yeah, FX beater, that's what I was thinking, right? I was really thinking we could do that, but it's hard, right? We're moving so high right now, to expect that move down to close off the gap just seems a little tough to swallow. We see the FF indicator right now, though a lot of it is pointing downwards for us right now. That's why I want it so bad. Yeah, TPT is pretty good, man, when it comes to that type of stuff. For the evals for take profit trader, you have to trade 5 days. So you need 5 trading days. So a lot of people, what they do, and I don't suggest this, by the way, they'll try to like achieve their profit targets in 2 days because it's a 50% consistency rule, and then they just flip micros for the remaining 3 days. And so that's completely up to you. Or you could just take 5 days of like, you know, chunks at a time. It's completely up to you. Yeah, buy funded futures is gonna have the better option for sure. And when it comes to their daily payouts, I'm just saying that as a person who's capped out and maxed out, TPT, I do enjoy using them a lot. It's a lot to explain, Coda. I mean, the FF indicator, again, like I said, it's I only use it for one way, but if you actually like connected with the developer of it, I'm sure they would go through the whole utility belt of as to like how they would use it, because there's a lot of utility to it. I just personally use it for my own purpose. So I only use the trigger line and the trend line as a way of running conjunction for trade setups, right? But again, it works best when you're trending. If you're just ranging though, it's like it's tough. It's a tough read, man. There's a link in my link tree that you can always do. It's like a 10-day free trial if you want to give it a shot. I am eyeing NQ shorts right now, gang. I'm not gonna lie. We are rejecting that trend line there. You see that? It's pretty on point here. Apologies if I'm missing some of your questions too, because I know you guys are kind of chatting a lot in the chat box right now, and I might be losing some of the questions here, but love the community banter though, guys. I love the community banter. Yeah, the only thing that's tough about Top Step is just their plans. Their plans have been nerfed quite a bit. Yeah, what's gold doing? So on gold here, this is kind of like a 1-2-3 setup, right? We're coming down here. Now that we've rejected that trend line up there, on the FF indicator, what we would want to see is if we can see if the gold can hold beneath the trigger line as the trend line there converges down. We're about 100 thumbs up away from doing the giveaway, guys, just so you guys know. Kind of looking to take a short trade here on NQ, to be honest. Another one contract stab at like 38.14. And just kind of stick to my original plan of leaving my stop loss above Globex, you know? Be like a safety net, a safe way to go about it. And then for that, if I were to do that, we would go for like a 2R trade essentially to see if we could tag the Asia lows. Understand that I'm not bearish on NQ overall, guys. It is a specific session on the market, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I can see us having that pullback before we keep moving higher, especially if we decide to range back and forth the whole time. And remember, guys, no matter what, don't feel like you have to take a trade. I think that's what the mistake for a lot of traders is. Don't treat this like your job, right? Just because you clocked in to work, in this case, opened the chart, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to pull a trade. Sometimes the best days are the days where you just stay cash, you know, and you preserve both the mental and the physical capital. But showing up on the chart every single day, guys, it's just so that you're able to view the chart and learn, so that you can see if there is something you can take away and maybe trade it in a different way in the future, right? You know, a lot of putting the chart time in is so that you understand when to trade and when not to trade. And it's hard where you're inexperienced, you have no idea. You get excited just seeing the P&L fluctuate up and down, right? Which is why a lot of people hop into trades, not for the right reasons, right? The 1 mini short 3814 2.25 on the NQ. See if we can finally get follow through on this, the downside, guys. Same trade thesis right now, but just wanting follow through on it, guys. 9 EMA cross not just the 20 now, but it's beginning to cross the 50 EMA on the 5-minute time frame, which I do look at that, right, for that push down. And the FF indicator is also giving us that curved and bend to see if we can push down. Again, this trade, ideally looking for 2R specifically, so that you know, you're just kind of above Asia lows, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's true, man. It's exhausting. People don't realize it, but it's like, yeah, we may be just clicking buttons, but there is 100% an exhaustion and staring at the chart and clicking buttons, man. Dara, you know what it was? And that's a great question. Dara here asked the question of, like, when I was putting in my 4,000 reps of trades and I was, you know, figuring out different strategies, orb strategies, and all that type of stuff, what made me stick to one? Really what it came down to in the end of the day for me was that when I was looking at the chart, I put in reps, I journaled it. I put in reps, I journaled it. And it got to a point where, like, literally on an Excel spreadsheet, I'd have like 20, 30 categories of different types of setups that I've taken and the probability rates and all that type of stuff, right? And over the course of time, I would drop certain trades off because it wasn't worth taking. Some trades I stuck onto, some I ended up kind of melding it together. So that I could see if there would be extra confluence. Like, the whole concept of me looking at candle bar by bar, looking at EMA crosses, looking at structure, how that all came together for me really came down to seeing how each of them played out well on their own, and then also how that played out in terms of on their own and in conjunction with other things. Am I not showing my short? Oh shit, I'm showing the wrong chat. Sorry guys. I realize that's the FF indicator that I'm showing right now. There you go. Apologies guys, apologies. I thought I was showing it this entire time when I made the comment that I was entering for 3814. So I'm shooting for 2R. I'm sticking to the original plan. I'm keeping my stop loss above Globex, and I'm shooting down here. So this is a 2R trade. 1R would be about right here. Again, if we can get follow through, that'd be great here. Just do that just so that you guys can see the difference. I'd like to see this push down again. I'm not looking to catch a big move, even though this is still a decent chunk of a move. what I'm really looking for here is I'm trying to see if we can play the range. So if I'm shorting right now, I'm shorting not the top of the range, but like somewhere on the upper end of that. And I'm trying to short into the bottom of the range. Is essentially what I'm looking to do. Yeah, Gio, absolutely. When it comes to trading, inaction is action. You know, we talk about that even when we when you're like raising kids too, right? We always say that if you don't, the conversation that you don't have with your children is a conversation in itself, and it's dangerous, right? Darren, that's awesome. Man, this VWAP is getting held hard here, guys. So usually, just so you guys know, those who are new kind of watching, if I take 2 L's or 2 trades in general off one account, I automatically will then switch out and move into another prop account. That's essentially how I maintain my success rate. Because for me, I like that when I take my losses and I move on to another account, my accounts last a lot longer that way. But then also, if I were to win in other accounts, my other wins can make up for the losses that I have in others. And that's a lot of the reasons why when you guys look at my trading journal, you'll find that for myself personally, you'll see that I'll have losses, obviously, right? But I'll always have green days. And that's because like I'll take 2 losses, say over Asia. I will take like maybe 1 loss over London, but then maybe 1 win. And then say over New York, I take 1 win. And somehow that all adds up to the point where I still can win at the end of the day, that I'm still up in the end of the day, right? So that's essentially kind of how I go about it, how I rotate my accounts. A lot of people ask me those questions as well, so figured I'd share that. Oh, thanks. It's funny because I'm listening to a different playlist today compared to the one I listened to yesterday. They're a public playlist. We're on a fresh hourly candle here, guys. Fresh hourly candle. Pete, I think I've done one before. Like, I can't remember what the YouTube video was called. Let me just take a look. I have to take a look at my YouTube. I feel like I posted a video on that before, like kind of explaining like back testing and what have you. What did I call it? Yeah, I think it is. On my YouTube, there's a video. It is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. It's the 5th video on my YouTube actually, and I think I called it "How Discovering My Edge Has Led to My Payouts." That video, I go through kind of using an example of like if you were to use the VWAP in this way, this is a type of success rate you could have hypothetically with it. VWAP is becoming a stone wall. If I lose this trade, I will switch to another account. Hey Brian, you must be just kind of hopping in. I was talking about the fact that I was looking for us below Globex. And then I had the 9 EMA cross on the 20 and the 50. I also have the FF indicator kind of converging to the short side as well. So for all those reasons, I kind of want to take a stab at the short. Technically speaking, we're ranging. So, you could really just range back and forth as well. That'd be another way to go about it. But that's kind of the reason why I took the trade that I took. Yeah, no problem, man. I can tell you right now, you know, people always ask me like, you know, Alan, like what's your A plus setups? What's your A setup? I'll tell you right now, more often than not during this session, my A plus setups will never present itself because this period of time of range, it's not where my A plus setups will show up. It'll usually be during the Asia session or even the New York session or even the hour after London. You'll probably see a theme that a lot of the trades that I take after the stream are usually 1 hour after the London Open. And that's because the setups just look better. Pre-London will generally be like B grade setups at best. Like they're not ideal, and it's often because of range. That's the reason why. And for some of the newer guys that are on the stream here that you might not know the difference and might not understand that, the reality is that a setup that you might be learning isn't going to present itself every single day, every single hour, right? That's why I think learning like what sessions you like to trade the most is important. Welcome to Project 365, by the way, for the guys who are kind of hopping on the stream at the moment. If you guys want to drop a thumbs up on the stream, it would mean a lot to me. And it also gets us one step closer into giving that giveaway for you guys, man. I appreciate it, Brian. Yeah, honestly, man, when I trade, like if I were to kind of like give you like a high level of kind of what my thought process is, the way that I go about it is like I'm like looking at multiple time frames. I'm looking at the bars on each of those time frames, how it's reacting, where it's reacting, how the indicators are converging or whatever that may be. What chart patterns are we setting up? What's my bias? Like I'm mentally kind of like cycling through all those things essentially when I'm trading, which is the reason why I say that during the session it's not as ideal, because when you're looking at like multi-time frame analysis, you're just ranging. You're ranging on every time frame, right? So it's kind of like that's really all you're looking at is that, right? So it's just, anyways, just my 2 cents on that matter. Pavan, partial profits. I mean, I think that when you're learning, there's nothing wrong with trimming partial profits, and until you can build confidence in holding your trades. I think that over the course of times, once you get enough confidence, just being able to take your full position out for 2 hour, 3 hour, whatever is probably the most ideal. Otherwise, sometimes you'll find that you're holding for longer than you should, and it can ruin your R multiple. And what I mean by that is like, let's just say hypothetical, let's just say you had like 3 micros. You took a short trade or a long trade and you trimmed at 2R and you have 1 contract left. If that 1 contract keeps coming back to stop you out, then if you think about it, it's ruining your R multiple. The 2R that you thought you were getting, you're not actually getting because you're constantly getting stopped out in the last contract. So if you're trimming just to build confidence and comfortability and holding for a longer period, then it makes sense to me. Yeah, no worries, Pete. Not at all, man. My summary way of like when I took a VWAP is that the VWAP is a moving area of interest, and it's kind of acts as like the center point, right? For when price retraces back to it, you kind of expect a reaction. Yeah, I mean, like if this trade doesn't work, I'll switch to another account, and I might pivot my style to more of a 1 hour range setup type of trade. If you're asking me, like if I wasn't streaming right now, I wouldn't trade this. I would honestly, if I was not streaming, I would look at this chart and I would probably just walk away. That's the honest truth. Yeah, no problem at all. I mean, it's kind of tough to look at the NQ sometimes too, right? Because you look at these 2 hourly candles that we've had, they've been bearish, but like the VWAP has been holding it up for sure. So, you know, for an example, I guess like if you guys want to, you guys could have been longing this VWAP bounce over and over and over again, and you could have been making money just off doing that alone. Big boy, man, doing good. What's going on in gold? gold right now. We're holding, kind of trying to bounce up this channel right now. Yeah, it's 100%, man. They're not. That's definitely not tradable. I mean, when I'm on stream, I don't mind bantering with you guys and taking stabs with you guys, but yeah, ideally, like I said from the very beginning, we're ranging right now. You guys, I mentioned that if there was a clean trade, what we want to see is we want to see those breaks and retests or the rejection of the highs and the lows. And right now, we're not getting either of those right now, right? So by default, the answer is we should probably stay clear. Give me a second here. I don't know if that's an alarm or something. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. You know, when we talk about things like overbought and oversold, like in the end of the day, trend is trend. That's really what I'm looking at, right? And I think Jake talked about today as well. It's like, why are we fighting the NQ trend? Like if I was trading the New York session, I would probably rarely ever short. If anything, I'd rather patiently wait for a long. That's essentially what I would look for. The reason why over Asia and London, I'm more open to trading both ways is because as you kind of see, if you tell, generally speaking, the Asia and the London either will develop the foundation for the move over New York, or it's going to swing the highs and the lows. Like I've seen many times before where Asia will move up and then London will move right back down and retrace the entire move that Asia gave us, right? So Asia, London, I'm definitely a little bit more open to trading both sides of it, especially when we're ranging. Whereas when it comes to New York, generally if I have a trend bias, I'm going to stick to that trend bias. Now, mind you, I'll always have something prepared for the opposing perspective, but I would have to be extra patient if I was to flip my bias on that. Yesterday's daily close. Uncertain. We just gapped up, and now we're inside bar again. So it's interesting to see what gold is doing right now. Again, we kind of have to just trade it for what it is. Like I'm still bearish, and you can see here where there have been a lot of bearish opportunities on gold as well. Even though, yes, we have these big run-ups, but you see that whenever we do get a pull down, we still get some decent sell-offs on gold, right, when it does take place. So if I had to be bearish on between the two, I'm more bearish on gold than I would be on NQ for sure. You don't want to be fighting NQ's trend on in the larger perspective. Thanks, man. I just read the chat, Pete. You're awesome. Thanks, Yacht. Have you got one Lucid account? Groovy, what do you mean by that? Yeah, I'm maxed out with Lucid. I can't trade with him anymore. So based on that, how that closed right now, I'm definitely not feeling good about my shorts. But we'll see. I mean, it's ranging, so maybe it still could work out, but that close is making me question my short at the moment. And so, you know, even kind of I was saying, like, when we're ranging, indicators become almost unreliable in a lot of ways because, like, it's lagging information, right? So indicators are meant to provide you the data of the chart previously leading into this, right? So I find that, you know, it's very, very tricky to look at it. Even if you look at the F indicator right now, like you can see, right, we're just kind of weaving in and out of the trigger line and the trend line, so you're not really getting any follow through. So again, unless you have an edge trading range, generally, like I was kind of saying earlier on, It's best to just like kind of move away, walk away, and not take anything. My Rhythmic account is basically almost gone. It's too difficult. I've kind of abandoned it. It's just kind of sitting there at the moment. I can't stand Rhythmic, man. I don't know how anyone trades with that. Well, I mean, if I was in the US, I would probably be able to move live with all the prop rooms, but because I'm not, it kind of is what it is. I accept it, though. It's not a big deal. There's lots of props out there that I could trade with, and like, I mean, in the unlikely chance I manage to run through all the props, I mean, I can always just trade personal funded, right? It's not the big end of the world. I'm in Vancouver, Canada, man. I'm not sure what Apex uses. No, I don't live in the US. I'm in Canada. Vancouver, Canada, man. Would my lifestyle change if I only traded personals? No, not really. Trading makes a good, decent income for me, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't rely on it, right? Like, I kind of have a different segment of how I branch out my financials and how I kind of manage all of it. Again, remember that I am a business profession by trade, so that is actually where I do prioritize a lot of my time. I find trading, I do it for myself, but for business, I'm doing it for others. And for me, I find that far more fulfilling. That's a big reason why I think this year I've cut down on personal trading so much and focused more on coaching students, because I actually find a lot more fulfillment in watching people win that I know that I've contributed to than just me winning, right? Like I've achieved payouts. I've proven that. Like I've got nothing to prove, I guess, essentially, other than just to prove for myself. And yeah, I mean, like right now I have some students this year that's been able to get like, you know, $50,000 in payout, $30,000 in payout. And for me, when I see that, like that for me is far more exciting. Even though I have way more payout than that personally, it's just a different level of excitement when you know you've contributed to someone else's success, especially when you're able to see their minds click and you're able to kind of help them with those life-changing moments, right? So, but yeah, that'd be my perspective. I'm moving to another province. So I guess in terms of the US, you would refer to that as another state. So basically, if it's a drive, it's about a 12, 13 hour drive over. Your setup just hit for shorts. Nice. Nice. Yeah, if you shorted the Globex, man, you probably would have taken your profit already. Yeah, I know. From a tax law perspective, where I am, it's absolute AIDS, man. We get taxed like crazy. How many thumbs up do we need here? If we can get another, what is it, 61 thumbs up, we'll be able to do the giveaway, guys. There's like 400 of you guys here. How have we not gotten 250 thumbs up yet, guys? Let's get this giveaway going, man. We got 40 minutes left of the stream as well. I mean, I'd love to give more than one account to the gang today, but you leave me with no choice if we don't get those thumbs up, guys. Take it easy, Brian. Hey, Zay. Nah, that doesn't change anything for me. I'll still be flying back and forth. I'm actually going to be helping my client expand across the country. So as I move, I'm also going to help with the international expansion. KG Trades, what's up, brother? Well, first step to getting our free account is making sure we can get our thumbs up to 250 thumbs up first, man. Yeah, man, I can't just give accounts away without getting something here, man. Thumbs up, man. Thumbs ups are not a lot to ask for. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I've been trading for almost 6 years now. I would say 5 years, but by the end of this year, it'll be 6 years. Thanks, Pete, man. I appreciate that. What is CCPC and what is SBD? I have no idea what those things are. And no, I'm moving over to Alberta. Yeah, consolidation for FOMC, very probable, man. High of Asia is too close, question mark. What's the question, my friend? $28 more thumbs up and we'll be able to do this giveaway, guys. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna actually fill up my water again. Yeah, so I would say that in terms of the question around taxes, you should always ask your accountant. I don't think it's ever good to kind of connect on that on socials, just because like there's a lot of like nuances to each individual's circumstance, right, around their business and how they're set up structurally for the legal. On that note, though, I will say I think it's more advantageous. I think it would be more advantageous on prop firms when it comes to taxes compared to like trading live markets. Congrats at the new achievement. What achievement, brother? What happened? Yep, I got an Instagram, my friend. You can absolutely follow me there. Yeah, I mean, like sole proprietors, corporations, but like tax fundamentals, generally speaking, anything tax related, you should always reach out to an accountant and a lawyer because both of them should be structuring your businesses accordingly. Oh, that I'm moving. Yeah, Ali. Well, technically, we're still going through the process. I mean, I have a place that I've already technically put an offer on in Alberta, but I'm subject to sale, so I have to make sure I can sell my place first before I can kind of proceed with that one. I didn't trade the New York session. This is TradingView, connected to the Trade of 8 brokerage. I wish you the best of luck on that gold trade, man. Go get him, big boy. Well, 13 more thumbs up, gang. Okay, man, you need 4 points, right? So what's your PT here, brother? Are you looking for 4-3-3-2? Is that what you're looking for, big boy? We lose this channel, and I think we can get that for sure for you, man. I say never about the US. I think that kind of comes down to like where life takes me, business, all that type of stuff, right? Like for the work that I do, I'm very established in Canada already, so moving to the US would be a lot of restructuring and moving around, so I don't think I would anytime soon, but never say never for sure. Adam, the giveaway is for a evaluation account. $100% Pete. 4319. I'll put my alert there so that I know if it hits your PT, man. Yeah, man, the VWAP has been a good friend, man. You could trade that range, man. This is where, like, I always say that if you're open to scalping ranges, man, like you could do pretty well. Like I've done it before where like over the ranging markets, I literally just scalp the range over and over and over again. I've made thousands of dollars just doing that. Harrison, I'm a price action trader, my friend. Price action trader. I trade trends, I trade reversals and ranges. I do kind of all of the above. Market structure, candle bar by bar analysis. PT, TP, price target, target price. Both kind of means the same thing. Six more thumbs up, guys, and we'll do the giveaway. Thanks, Yacht. Appreciate it. How long are my one-on-one weekly meetings? What do you mean by that? Sorry, are you referring to like trading coaching right now? Sorry, I'm asking just because I obviously do that stuff for business as well. So I prefer 150K just because of the drawdown. Okay, yeah. It depends on the trader. WW2. If you're usually if it's the first one, I usually recommend 2 hours just because there's a lot to go over. Otherwise, 1 hour at a time is pretty much good enough. Depends on the individual. 2 hours usually the first one, and then hour. Each call would be an hour after that. What are the most common levels and bands? I don't know. I can't reference the word bands per se. But as far as levels, I look at a lot of different things. So I can't speak to the mastermind levels because that's more specifically to the Jake mastermind system, which is kind of subscribed to his Discord. But in terms of other things like channels, areas of interest, opening prints and those type of things, I mean, I do them based on like hourly, daily, weekly, like just multiple time frames. Basically the higher time frames, man. Hey, Jonathan. Oh, are we at 250 already? Alrighty, guys. Let's get those, let's get the giveaway rolling here then. Thumbs up on stream. And then what else are we gonna do? Type in this is for the giveaway, guys. This is for the giveaway. And while we do the giveaway, I will go through my trader stat stuff as I usually do. So as of right now, this is kind of how I'm looking out for the month. We're about 15 days into the month, $26,000 in P&L, 84% win rate, kind of where I'm standing right now. Calendar-wise, you can kind of see here, this is what I'm looking at right now. Had a pretty decent chunk of the day between the London session after our stream. Caught some decent chunks of trades and all that, and that's essentially what made up most of these, right? So overall, pretty solid on the given month. And then as I take a look at even like take profit trader, oh, I got to log back in actually. So give me a second here, guys. I'll have to log back into that. I will show me my payouts as I usually do as well, more so just for transparency because people always want to know. Just give me a second here so I can log in. a second here, guys. I just got to switch over here so I can switch the accounts in. All right, switching back over here. So you can kind of see here, this is my Take Profit Trader Pro dashboard so that you guys know that this is legit. Check my wallet. You can kind of see here, these are all the payouts that I've gotten. And you can see here from June 1st, every single day I've requested for a payout. Right now, I have this one that I requested from yesterday that I'm still pending. And then this one I just, well, not pending, sorry, it's been submitted. I'm waiting for the extraction. And then this is the payout that I requested for just a few hours back. I shouldn't say a few hours. It probably was around Tokyo Open. So that's the other one I've requested out for now. And on another trade that I took earlier, as I said, I have a $900 technically pending. So when the New York session is closed, I'll be able to request that $900 out as well. So that's kind of where I'm standing right now as far as my Take Profit Trader. That's my quick update, gang. Two minutes left until the giveaway, guys. 2 minutes left. I trade multiple. I pivot. I rotate my accounts. I don't copy trade. One minute and a half left, and then we'll be doing this giveaway here, guys. As you guys are entering your chat. So cramped. Man, the longs off VWAP, the short off Globacks, man. Some good dubs there for sure. Some good dubs. I already had dessert earlier, man. Enough sugar for me, man. That's why I'm drinking so much water, man. It's how I flush my system. All right, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's announce the winner of the giveaway, guys. Winner is Hacky Noob 1. Hacky Noob 1, are you here? Hacky Noob 1. Oh, nice. All right. Shoot me a DM, Hacky Noob. Shoot me a DM on my Instagram, and we will take a look at it for you. Okay? I'll send it to you after the stream's over as well. You guys gotta stop typing enter into the chat, guys. Giveaway's done. For now. Just the classic one, Oscar. Just the classic one. This one right here. You can see on my, I don't know if you can see it on my screen here right now. Aladdin, have you just been scalping the shorts off Globex? Because honestly, it's been the best. Hey, right guy, where are you guys traveling to, man? That's exciting. Vins, just reach out to me on Instagram, buddy. That's the best way to go about it. And we can talk offline to see what works best for you. Ali, thanks, man. Too much information, bro. Have a good night, man. Yeah, so the masterminds is a good program for sure. So just remember that coaching and mentoring with someone and taking a class is two completely different things, right? There is the mastermind with Jake is obviously a very great program, and I'm just gonna put it here. And if you use code STREAM, that will give you 50% off as well. Yeah, that I would recommend. Like, you'll get a lot of information for the class content, but again, once you have the information, being coached is a very different thing. Like, a lot of the students that I work with, although I have quite a few students who are like brand new, never touched the chart in their life, I do have people who have been trading for 5 to 10 years, and that's where that coaching stuff comes into play, right? Yeah, we're just consolidating within that channel right now for gold. I actually don't read that many books anymore, man. After I read Bar by Bar, I didn't really do much after that. I spend a lot of I don't actually have spare time to read books. Every minute of my life is very productive. I'm spending time going over things for like business, financial statements, market reviews, like all that type of stuff, right? So I don't have a great deal of time to do spare time reading. Aladdin, that's awesome. Hey, good work, man. Good work. I don't play chess. You know, someone actually asked me that question last time, big boy. I played chess in like elementary school, but I never really played it for long. Central America, eh? Yeah, it's pretty cool. There are some cruises that are definitely on my bucket list to give it a shot. Bullet chest? What is that? I don't even know what that is. I'm struggling with removing footprint charts and market profile and just deduce it from candle charts. Can you speak on that? I don't use either of those, like footprint or market profile. I'm not really too sure what that is, so I don't use it, so it's hard for me to speak to that. Are you saying that you're having a hard time like walking away from those tools? Ewits, I would say that the moment I stopped looking at the market as something that I could bend to my will. I mean, in the end of the day, I think we just have the privilege to trade the markets, right? So having a mindset of abundance and knowing that there's always more in another day so that you're not rushing into bad trades is, I think, is huge, right? Because like I said, if I wasn't streaming right now, I wouldn't even be in any trade. I'd probably just be doing work, or I'd probably just go to bed, to be honest, right? Because ranging markets like this honestly aren't really worth trading unless you're looking to scalp. Interesting, Dara. I did not know that. Zach, I'll happily be your liquidity, my man. I mean, George, I would just look back at your own trading, right? Like all your notes. What does your notes tell you, right? Because that's what really matters. If you go through your journal notes and you take a look at your trades, if what you're saying that you're wanting to hold on to is actually adding value, then yeah, man, hold on to it. Why be in the rush to get rid of it, right? But again, if you're just holding on to it for no reason other than just nostalgia, then that's not really a good reason to hold on to it. Very similar to like taking trades that have no thesis, right? Loving the Acura. Acura is good. When you're driving in Sport Plus mode, it actually has the burbles and cracks, which is kind of cool. I don't plan on tuning it for the first few years. You can drive it as is, but yeah, I'm definitely open to tuning in the future. That's where I started learning how to scalp as well, Aladdin. I used to trade small cap stocks, biotech stocks, and stuff like that. Do you know if you pass the intraday trailing on TPT, if that's instant or not until the next day, meaning like the buffer hit? So, right, guy, if I understand your comment correctly, let's just say that you have a fresh new 50K account and you've hit 52,000 now. Like you've gained $2,000 in profits today. At this very moment in time, your base now is 50,000. So as soon as you hit $52,000 in profit today, that's your blow point now. So basically, your intraday trailing is over automatically. Does that answer your question, right, guy? I'm not sure if I made it more confusing actually. Now that I think about it. Channels and all are basically support and resistance lines that I draw on the larger time frames. That's the code to the Rake Discord. Since you're asking for the Discord for Rake. I manually draw. Manually. I don't do auto drawing for anything. Thanks, Baran. I mean, the stop losses are meant to tell you whether your trade's invalid or not. It's kind of like when I took my first one, right? I told you earlier on when I took it, I probably should have just moved my stop loss there to begin with. Because like it's just the one that makes the most sense. And you can see here right now exactly why I did that. So to be honest, I probably shouldn't have kept my stop loss so tight earlier to begin with. End of day is always better than intraday. If there's an option for end of day, you always pick that option. No problem, Deadlift. I don't trade the 50-minute orb, but I have a student that does religiously. Yeah, Zero. No need to pressure trades, man. Lock it up if you need to. I don't know, man. It's hard. Like, I understand why we should go higher, but like, I just look at the time frames and I think to myself, like, I can see us going down first before we go up, right? So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll let the chart do its thing, man. Yeah, the R multiple on this trade is 2R. I'm assuming, I don't know if you're trading prop firms, but like technically prop firms use Trade of 8 and Ninja Trader. ADHD. No problem. What is that weird? Nice one, no shorts. What do I think about Ottawa? What's your question when you're asking me what do I think about Ottawa? What does that mean? I've only been there a few times. Yeah, 100% right, guys. True. Honestly, man, I just scalp 1R. I size up a little bit and I just scalp 1R for the intraday. It's like the only way I can go about it. Yeah, I've heard a few good things about Blue Sky. Honestly, the only reason why I haven't ventured off to other prop firms is because, like, I don't copy trade, so I already have enough accounts to trade each day. And I find that if I get too many accounts, then I start forcing trades, and I don't want to do that. But if I ever get like to a point where I need a new prop firm to replace what I've got, yeah, I'll keep Blue Sky in mind, man. Appreciate the recommendation. Yep. Rangy. How do you check your end of day drawdown on TPT for eval? You can't really, to be honest, other than on Tradeovate. It'll show you what your intraday trailing is, or what your drawdown is. I'm actually flying out to Ottawa and at the end of the month because I have some project work to do out there. I'll be out there for only a couple days though. Yacht, I assume you copy trade, right? Because I mean, even 15 to 20 accounts is insane. I haven't traded in New York in a while. I know everyone always wants me to. I've kind of like, I don't want to say I've retired from it, but like the timing just doesn't work out. I usually only trade New York with students. Like if they're asking me to do one-on-ones with them during that time, then I'll try to make time. But understand that usually means that I'm super bagged when I'm doing that because I'm sleeping so late. To do New York, if I were to trade the New York session, I'm basically only going to sleep 2 hours a day, which is like not sustainable for me. Hey, take it easy, Zero Man. Thanks for tuning in. Has gold hit target yet for big boy? Still ranging, eh? Absolutely, Theo. It is very risky to be in a trade right now, but I'm already in, so I mean, I could bail here for like negative $20, but I've committed to this. There's no going back, Theo. I will be like just follow me on Instagram. Look, I've been doing mentorships for a little while now, but I know that like the longer term mentorship is quite costly for most people. Because if you really think about it, if you're expecting to work with me every single week or every other week for a year long straight, that's a lot of time, right? And so most people can't afford it. That's the reason why I don't do them as much anymore. Like it's always there for those people who want to go for it, but I don't push on it. So I have been working on revamping something new that's more cost efficient, where it's kind of like a class system setting education while also offering a one-on-one, but like it's not like a string of one-on-ones, just because again, it'd be too costly. You guys, the thing is, I know sometimes people ask like, oh, like why would you charge to educate, you know, if you are doing well with trading? Because in the end of the day, that's time. As a family man, if you're asking me, would I rather spend free time with multiple people in the market or spend time with my kids? I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. I'd rather spend time with my kids if that was the case, right? So I'm still working on it. Just follow me on Instagram. I will share it soon. I'm actually working on 2 different types of things right now. I'm working on something that's for brand new traders, like a person who's never even looked at a chart or like even know what a stock is in their life. I'm creating something very low cost to basically educate people, which isn't like you guys. You guys obviously know what trading is already. But like if I was like teaching my neighbor, for example, how to trade, they won't know anything about it, right? So I'm kind of creating something for that right now, while also creating something that's more for people who know how to trade already but are looking to refine their trading. So yeah, because like I mean, if you look at my daily payouts too, right? Like you can already see I'm like making thousands every single day. So like for me to give up my time, I mean, I have to charge, right? Like it wouldn't make sense not to. Especially it's like between like family, my business, like because I work with business clients as well. It's just crazy. You honestly, if you saw my calendar, it's like a rainbow. Like my calendar from Monday to Sunday is like fully blocked off. Just reach out to me on Instagram, guys. I try not to talk about stuff like that on stream. Yes, I'm short right now. I'm short underneath the channel. The VWAP and the 200 EMA has been an absolute wall, though. So, market's about to open in 8 minutes. So, I'm either going to become liquidity or maybe we get some follow through. I know someone asked me earlier if is it too risky to hold through the open. It is, but I don't want to bail on this. I'm already committed to it. Yeah, I mean, if I move my target to 1R, I mean, I think that'd be a lot easier to get probably versus 2R. 2R is definitely further away. I mean, I'm not gonna be holding stream for much longer, so I probably shouldn't be holding for more anyways. It's 1R now. It was 2R though. Yeah, if market opens, and let's just say if we do get a big move down to Asia low, I'd definitely be open to catching longs off of that. Six more minutes left until the session's over. If we can manage to get 55 thumbs up before then, we can do a giveaway as well before we close off the stream, guys. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I wish the price action was a lot more exciting, though. It's an EDM mix on YouTube, man. I can share the link with you guys. Honestly, a lot of times what I do, I just type in EDM on YouTube, and it just gives me a string of compilations. So these are really random. They're actually nothing like liked or favored or anything like that. ADHD, don't even. You can go through all of them actually. This Tee Up Music's person, they have like a string of different EDM mixes. I don't use ICT concept. Nothing because not because I have hate towards it. I don't even know much about it, to be honest. But I mean, there's quite a few successful ICT traders, so I mean, it can't be that bad, right? How's gold doing? Oh man, big boy. Did you get stopped out on this gold trade? I've never, you know, Panta, I've never used the orb strategy before over Asia or London, so I don't have any data on that. But I would imagine the opening range breakouts kind of concept was probably prevalent to the three major sessions, so Asia, London, and New York. I'm sure they serve their own purpose. It's my own personal one, G-Star. So it's like my foundation is the Rake Trades Mastermind system, and I've evolved it to basically kind of to match what I like in terms of how I trade. Price action trader, essentially. Yeah, I mean, I don't use the orb strategy. I have a student that uses it. I tend to like to use the break and retest of orb, or I like to trade the range of orb. So I don't trade breakouts of orb because I find that they fake out quite often, at least personally for myself. But that would be my thought. Market's going to open up here in 37 seconds. I don't have any videos, actually. I'm putting it together like a class type of setup here where I can like teach people it, but I don't have anything right now. Eight seconds. Zach, I'm going to become your liquidity soon, I think. Yep, there you go. Stopped out. Zach, you're looking for 5. I think, if I remember correctly, you're going for 50, right? I think that was your target. You're pushing for 850, right? Am I correct? Okay. I'm rooting for you, dude. I'm rooting for you. Let's get it. How's gold doing? It's doing that right now. Catch you later, gang. Catch you later. Just pay attention to the things I talked about, right? As I talked about every single stream, where we're heading next into London and then where we go into New York, these areas that I'm referring to on NQ and gold are still going to be very much relevant. So, but I am going to be logging off in a bit here. I'm just going to see if we can hit Zach's PT here before I log off. Can we hit the PT TP for Zach? Damn. All right, man. I am going to hop up stream here, guys. Trade safe tonight, guys. Trade safe. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hopping here as usual. If I do take anything or anything like that, I'll share in the Discord and I'll share it on Instagram as well. But I'll catch you guys later, man. You guys have a good night.